You hit every deadline. You solve problems before they become visible. Your projects ship on time. Your team asks for you by name. Last quarter, you closed 3 deals that should have failed. You know the system so well that you've basically rewritten them in your head. And then the promotion goes to someone whose work you've had to clean up. This isn't failure. This is the architecture of organizational incentives working exactly as intended, just not in your favor. Here's what no one will tell you directly. You didn't miss the promotion because you aren't ready. You missed it because you've become too valuable in your current role to be moved. The system has optimized around keeping you exactly where you are. Managers aren't being malicious about this. They're being rational within a specific constraint. Replacing you creates genuine, measurable pain. Finding someone who can execute at your level, absorb your institutional knowledge, and maintain the workflows you've streamlined is not an HR problem, it's a risk problem. The gap between your performance and a replacement's is real. It costs money. It creates instability. From a manager's perspective, promoting you is the riskier choice. Here is the workload calculation managers make. Your manager has a mental equation that runs every time your name comes up for advancement. Effort to replace this person, plus risk of performance drop, plus cost of training a successor, plus uncertainty of their reliability, equals keep them in the current role. You have optimized yourself into a productivity unit. You've eliminated friction in your role so effectively that you've become invisible as a candidate for leadership. The better you are at your job, the more catastrophic it seems to move you. This is institutional inertia. It operates without malice. It operates without even explicit discussion, but it operates. You didn't just become good at your role, you became the only person who can do it at that level. You know which clients have which quirks. You know which systems have which workarounds. You've built mental maps of processes that would take someone else 6 months to learn. You are the institutional knowledge, which means moving you isn't a promotion, it's a restructuring project. Organizations don't promote restructuring projects lightly. And here's the cruel part. The longer you stay excellent in your current role, the more expensive you become to move. Excellence compounds the trap. The reward for being too good at your job isn't a title change, it's more work at the same level. You become the go-to person, the trainer, the one who handles the messy accounts, the person who takes on the projects no one else wants because everyone knows you'll get them done. Your workload grows, your responsibility expands, but your position in the hierarchy stays exactly the same. This is job enlargement, not promotion, and it's designed to feel like recognition while being structurally a cage. Here's something that separates the people who get promoted from the people who don't, regardless of actual performance. Promotions don't happen based on spreadsheets. They happen in rooms you're not in, based on a feeling about who's ready, who's visible, and who has advocates. There's the performance data, your lines of code, reports filed, deals closed, problems solved. That's real, that's measurable, that's also incomplete. Then there's the readiness narrative, the story the organization tells about you. Is this person a leader? Could they handle the level above? Do we feel confident betting on them? These aren't rational questions, they're proximity questions. If the person 2 levels above your manager hasn't seen your impact in a high-visibility context, you have no advocate in the room where decisions are made. Invisible work gets treated like it doesn't exist. You can close 10 deals, but if those deals happen in a corner of the organization with low executive visibility, the narrative about your capabilities doesn't change. Proximity to success matters more than actual contribution to that success. Being easy to manage makes you easy to overlook. If you don't complain, don't ask for more, don't create friction, leadership reads your silence as satisfaction. Not as contentment, as confirmation that you're comfortable where you are. Your reliability becomes your invisibility. You're the person who handles things without needing to be managed, which is another way of saying you're not on anyone's radar for expansion. The ambitious person who makes their goals known, who pushes back, who creates some productive friction, that person gets attention. That person is building a narrative. You're building institutional dependence. The label that sticks. Once you're labeled as the go-to person for a specific domain, whether it's a technical skill, a client relationship, or a process, that label is remarkably sticky. The organization doesn't treat your tenure as evidence that you're ready for something new. It treats your tenure as confirmation that you shouldn't be moved. You've proven you're excellent at this specific thing, which is exactly why you need to keep doing this specific thing. The system reads loyalty and excellence as lack of ambition. Here's another structural issue. Staying in a role too long, even if you're excelling, creates a particular kind of stagnation. You become very good at this role. You've optimized every corner. You know it so well that doing it no longer requires growth, it requires execution, repetition. The difference between mastery and stagnation is whether you're still learning or just performing well. But from the outside, what does that look like? Competence, reliability, someone who's in the right place doing the right thing. The organization doesn't see the difference between excellence and complacency. It just sees stability. And stability is exactly what managers want to preserve in roles like yours. Being great at your current job actually makes you seem less ready for the level above because you're not visibly growing into new domains. You're optimizing what you already know. If the problem is structural, if excellence at your current level actively prevents advancement, then the solution isn't to work harder or get even better at what you're doing. It's to stop investing so heavily in execution and start investing in visibility and narrative. Here are 3 structural shifts. Shift 1. Make your goals visible. Stop being the person who solves problems quietly. Start being the person who names what they're solving for and what comes next. If you're training someone, mention it in meetings. If you're taking on a new domain, make sure the right people know about it. Not to seem boastful, but because invisible work is treated as if it doesn't exist. Shift 2. Build advocates above your manager. The person 2 levels above your manager needs to know who you are and what you're capable of. This isn't networking in a corporate cheerleading sense, it's structural necessity. If you don't have advocates in the rooms where decisions are made, you won't be considered regardless of performance. This means volunteering for cross-functional projects, presenting in forums where senior leadership is present, and making sure your work shows up in contexts with visibility. Shift 3. Reduce your own replaceability. This is counterintuitive, but it's essential. Stop being the only person who can do your job. Start documenting, training, systematizing. Make yourself more movable by making your current role less dependent on you personally. This signals that you're ready for something bigger. It also reduces the replacement pain that keeps you locked in place. You didn't fail to get promoted, your organization failed to see that keeping you in place is a form of stagnation, even if it feels like stability from the outside. But here's what matters. Understanding the mechanism means you can stop blaming yourself for not being enough. You've been enough all along. The system isn't designed to move people who are too good at being still. Once you understand that, you can stop trying to excel yourself out of the trap and start working the structural incentives instead. Visibility is the system. Excellence at your current level is not.